sort of show and tell more than anything on this old timer 97Ot, and just really cool knife. I got, like I said, I got a couple from trade that I've been out kind of just testing, and days like this are perfect to do stuff like that, guys. The wind is kind of strong, but here on the bay it's not too bad today, so I kind of, you know, took off as quick as I could. And also this has another mission. There's the wind picking up as I just said that, but here's another mission that I had. Is basically I bought some metal detecting gear, guys, in the spring and summer, you know, or if it got warm enough, I guess, in the winter time, but probably not. You can dig on the beach with a metal detector even as of now, but I'll tell you guys, it's really hard digging on some of the spots where you think there would be, you know, possibly artifacts or coins or anything like that. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm out just kind of scouting around, looking for a spot that I can take the metal detector, where I could get, you know, a day or two in of, you know, detecting some stuff, or maybe sifting some things and stuff like that. Just look for some artifacts, you know, up along the coastline here, you know, because I'm right in town, not very far. But that's what I like about this little town, is if I'm out in the bush at my dad's, it's total seclusion. But here you can walk 10 minutes and be pretty much, you know, in your own little spot, I guess the easiest way to say it. You know, it's not right on the coastline, and I mean, some of the weather here is just insane, but if you know how to dress for it, you can enjoy a lot of this area. So anyway, without getting to that, that's why I'm here today. I'm out looking for a spot to take the metal detector, and I brought this along, and I was going to do a little bit of carving and stuff with it. Two of the knives that I received, one of them I already did a video on, the 183UH, the Uncle Henry Skinner, like hunter, or basically, you know, old style sort of hunting knife. Absolutely awesome knife, elk hunter. I did that video, and but I want to do some field testing on some of it, and there's another trade that's awesome that I got, and you know, it's going to be a big hit, and I think it already is starting to become a big hit, and we'll get to that. But today, this was more appropriate because I wasn't going to, you know, play around making fires or do anything like that, and so I decided this would be a good day to take this. I got my sling bag on just across my shoulder, which is a video coming up. I got a Woods sling pack just from Canadian Tire from here in Canada, and it fits everything I need, and it's very easy to carry. I've got, you know, a bunch of goodies in there, and it's really easy to carry. You don't even notice it. So anyway, back to this, guys. Why I like this so much, it's multifunctional. You know, you got a few different tools on it, so it's like your sort of grandpa's Leatherman, if you want to call it that. But first off, you got this immaculate sheath, and for a knife like this, guys, you kind of, to me, I would want a sheath, because I wouldn't want this in my pocket. It's not a huge knife, but it's enough size that, you know, in your pocket with other stuff is going to be, to me, cumbersome, even though it's really light. So I love the fact this has a beautiful leather sheath, and I mean, Schrade's known for their, you know, their sheaths being, you know, Taylor Brands in a whole, I guess, is known for having their sheaths be very, very high quality. So this is no exception. Got a nice strong button snap there, and fits the knife absolutely perfect. When you put it in, there's no rattling around or no moving around. That's not coming out, and there's not really any noise to it as well. But very handsome package in the sheath. So get a little bit closer here, guys, and here is the knife. Very nice knife, old timer there, 7CR 17 MOV steel. It's got brass pins, brass bolster, brass liners, and it's a saw cut like Delron type material. I can't remember the name, guys, but it's basically indestructible, and I'm gonna have to look that up because I know the name, but of course when you start doing a video, guys, your mind goes a blank for important information sometimes when it comes to me. But hey, we're still getting the point across, aren't we? So anyway, why this is called the 97Ot is because it's old timer, but it also has another name, and they call it the Buzzsaw Trapper. In my experience with trappers, I have another one at home that's a Sabre of Japan trapper. You've got this kind of clip point, drop point blade, and then you would have another blade that is more like your rounding blade for like caping and, you know, doing your more skinning that way. And get these out of the way. And then I'm doing this in like kind of a cool spot, guys, up against like what you call a breakwater, and there's like grass hanging out the side of it. So that's what this stuff is, if you're wondering. I'm not getting attacked by a creature from the Bay of Fundy Lagoon here or anything, just grass. But so anyway, guys, you'd have that type of blade there, your straight clip point, drop point, whatever you want to call it. This is very sharp, by the way. And then you would have a rounded one. But where this one, and why it's called the Buzzsaw Trapper, close this up, this one has a locking saw, a nice size locking saw, and very, very nicely done. Very nice package with these two items. And I mean, I've seen a video or two, and I'm going to take this out myself, but this is a very stout saw that locks in, and it's very sharp and aggressive. It's one of the sharpest saws I've actually ever seen in the way that it does serrations. This should be a note to some people that do serrations. You know, take note from a knife like this. These are really good, nicely done. And it's just a normal liner lock, like your normal, you know, pocket knives or whatever, guys. You take the liner, slide it over, and it shuts with a lot of D10 as well. And same with the clip point blade there. It has a lot of D10, so as long as you're not sticking it into stuff and doing that, this would never close on you. But just doing your normal carving tasks or cutting in, you'll have no problem. And I'll show you the D10, guys. See it? I mean, you can push it. I was pushing it pretty hard with my finger, so very nicely done. So when you get in the back of this is where it kind of, it's already cool enough, but it gets a little bit cooler right here, guys, and a little bit more useful. And you have a set of tweezers that's stuck in the back here, like so. Good for splinters, ticks, you know, something in your eye, anything like that. And it also has this little pick, and it's got a brass head on it. I thought that was really cool. And it's a little pick, and then with the both you could get splinters out of your, you know, out of your fingers, and use the tweezers to pull it out, or same thing, or just use this as an awl, you know, to pull coals through stuff, or an improvised like sewing needle if you had to, because it's really, really sharp at the end. And it also has little grooves in the head of it there, so you could wrap line or something like that around it. So I'm very, very multifunctional little piece of kit right there on its own. And that slides nicely right out of the way, you know, right back in there. So I mean, that goes in there with no fault. So just want to show you this really quickly, guys. And it's super sharp. We'll get some field tests out on it. It's handsome as well. So I mean, if you want to have something that's not going to scare people on your belt, most people would, if you took this out, would be impressed by it, you know, not scared. So they'd want to hold it and see the tools and probably try it out more than they would, you know, you pull out some Tonto knife with a nightmare grind or something on it there, and they're gonna, you know, crap their pants. But with something like this, they're gonna be like, oh, that's cool, my grandfather had one of them, that's awesome. So you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, Maritime Spook signing out. Gonna finish my scout here. Wanted to show this to you. There's more videos coming up. I've got some XXX stuff coming up to show you. I've got a couple other things cool to do. I still got a couple Russian knives I want to show you from Kislar Supreme that are really awesome that I got. The Santee and the Prime. So anyway, guys, it's Maritime Spook signing out. Keep your stick on the ice and pick up one of these. I know they're affordable. 97Ot by Uncle Henry and Taylor Brands. Trade. Thank you very much, guys.